Alright, well, let's see what this new Goldwing can do. We just brought it home. It's part of Terry's garage with our Triumph Rocket 3 GT. Don't give up, Parley folks. We'll get one down the road. Did that. That's where the airbag usually goes. Good demo of rejecting a call. This is the heated seat control for the passenger. These are the grab bars. So there you go. Hello all, welcome back to the channel on Down the Road Production. So this past December, on a still cold day, it was probably 34, 36 degrees. Just after bringing the bike home, I took it out on a lunch break and rode it about 33 miles. So right here in this picture, you're going to see that I am in tour mode currently, and the bike is just so smooth and shifts seamlessly. It's got the 6-speed automatic, and the more I ride it and the more I think about it, the more happier we are that we have the manual right now instead of the DCT. It just feels more immersive and funner to ride the bike with a manual transmission. And you know, once you're in 6th gear on the highway, it's all the same in our book as you move along here. So I just remember though doing this and being really impressed with how smooth everything was and how great the ride was. So I'm looking down there at the speedometer and checking things out. And this bike, dry, 833 pounds. Doesn't feel like an 833 pound bike at all. As you folks know, it's got the Boxster 6-cylinder on it. It's set very low on the bike and it creates a low center of gravity. So going through things like this feels like cutting a knife through butter. And pretty neat stuff. So you can also see the GPS navigation is up, and you can see the very legible instrument readouts from the tachometer and speedometer. I do have the heated handle grips functioning on the bike right now, and that windshield, just amazing. It was blocking almost all the wind completely. But back to the heated handle grips and those leather gloves. If you can just tell, in front of my hands are both mirrors, side view mirrors, and they do a great job of blocking wind coming into your hand area on the bike. Your outer finger recesses still get cold, but it's manageable on a short ride like this. So moving along here, I'm just enjoying, cooking along, trading between 5th and 6th gear. In relation to the Rocket GT we have, I noticed it goes through the gears very quickly in tour mode. It's almost like, 1 shift, 2 shift, 3 shift, 4 shift, 5 shift, 6 shift. It seems to happen like that. So if you ride the Rocket 3 GT, it's got very long gears, and I'd probably be in fourth gear in the rocket right now if I wanted to be, instead of sixth gear. Uh, it's really that big of a difference or delta. But back to the Goldwing, we got this bike brand new with less than a mile on it. The COVID restrictions had dried up the availability of 2020 uh, Goldwings at Honda dealers, and this was one of the ones pulled from the warehouse. And it's got a new bike warranty, and I felt like I was riding a 2020 brand new bike. I didn't care it was a 2018, right? And the bike is just excellent. The heated seat. Very first time I've owned a bike with a heated seat. And today it paid for itself, right? Just wonderful. Uh, and again, the heated handle grips that come on the Goldwing, with all that, without having plug-in winter electric clothing on this bike, have really made a difference. So right here, I'm just moving along at a great clip of speed, and really impressed, with what the Goldwing offers in its current design form, whether you have a DCT or a six-speed manual. But again, I just feel for controllability in turns, and it just makes you immerse more on the bike to shift gears on your own. I get it with the automatic transmission crowd and people really being impressed with the DCT, but I guess if you had a DCT bike and you had a six-speed manual, all things being equal on the same day of delivery, I'm curious what transmission would last longer. I'm used to seeing manual transmissions last longer than automatic transmissions. I'm not saying that's the case here, but it's just something to think about, right? The six-speed Goldwing is not so bad. I have been pleasantly surprised. And of course, this is, again, a ride I was able to take and put about 33 miles on the bike. Right now, it's in the garage as we are in the middle of winter here in Michigan, and it's got a total of 57 miles on it. I've been able to take it around the block a few times since bringing it home, road conditions permitting. Really looking forward to the spring coming up. The motor sounds great on this bike. The exhaust, I think, sound really strong as well. So again, there's no sun out today. That electric windshield really does its job. So I like, as a rider, having some air around me. I just don't see uh, us putting more wind blockers on the bike. I have to be honest with everybody. I just think, that air coming around the bike is just a great feeling. And between a full helmet and this windshield that really retracts high, I have no desire to add air blockers along the outer design fairings of the bike, and I have no desire to put an aftermarket larger windshield on the bike. I'm just used to riding Harleys and other bikes and having air be part of the experience, right? I think some of you folks out there can know what I'm talking about. So, between early December and now, uh, two issues with the bike. One, that PGM indicator light came on. It looks like an engine oil light or an engine EFI light for the electronic fuel injectors. And I checked online with the forums, and it's directly related to the oil level. But it was a really cold day when that light came on. It's off. It hasn't come back on. So it just must be a really sensitive sensor. The bike's got the right level of oil and everything. So I think it was more of a cold weather type of deal than any kind of defect with that sensor or the PGM light. It looks like an engine lights up yellow. So that was a good learning experience for me. And right now I have the Cardo Bluetooth systems for our motorcycle helmets, and I'm pretty sure it'll work with the Goldwing. I've had people tell me that Cardo doesn't work with the Goldwing, but I failed to grasp that. It's a newer Cardo system, and I'm looking forward to finding out. But I have seen that if your helmet Bluetooth
external system's not connected, the Bluetooth won't work. So I either have to blow out the kernel system Bluetooth from my iPhone, and I'm sure Bluetooth will come back. So I am really looking forward, though. There's a good opportunity, good probability I might be able to head to Florida for the first week in March, kind of right down there, still work my job. We've been in a remote work situation for the folks I work for, and then come back the following weekend just to get some nice weather in. I would consider myself very lucky if I met some other YouTubers down there that have some very great motorcycle channels as well. I know that's pretty much standard fare. I feel really blessed to have a 2020 Goldwing and a 2018 Goldwing that's brand new, and a new Rocket 3 GT that we can parse out the rides in 2021 and create more content for this platform and channel. So I can talk a bit too about on down the road productions. Between jobs with the COVID situation, I started this channel, right? I was getting stir crazy, and I started this channel with the Rocket 3 GT. I've loved motorcycles. I've been riding over 23 years now, and I just appreciate a good quality ride. Obviously, I'm a former Harley Davidson rider, had a really nice 2003 100th anniversary Fat Boy, and I'm kind of looking forward to getting into a Harley in a year to 18 months. The price on this bike pulled up the Goldwing purchase or the Touring purchase. We had done some comparison analysis across Harley, Indian, and Honda last summer, but the price on this bike was really attractive, uh, given all things, and probably get something on the Harley side in a year or two. Might be used. I don't know yet, but I'll have to think it through. I've heard a lot of things about the Milwaukee 8 and some issues around the upper and lowers of the motor going and oil leak issues. And there's some pretty direct and straightforward videos about that out there on the internet. So it's kind of a bad deal, right? Because these bikes are now getting so expensive to acquire, and so crossing my fingers that Harley Davidson can put stronger components in their Milwaukee 8 motors like yesterday. So here I'm just making a left turn from a stop here and actually heading home because I ate up all my lunch break doing this with the bike. Just really enjoyed this, and coming up here, you'll see the bike go through a couple roundabouts. So I just think, the Goldwing at 833 pounds is a great weight. At least this version, which is the GL 1800B with the manual. I don't think it's unmanageable, that kind of weight with me on it. Definitely way over 1,000 pounds for the bike as I ride it right now. And just very maneuverable, very good to do your apex or your turns, and I think you're gonna see the roundabout coming up here as I try to keep talking and talking and talking as it comes through here. It's actually a really nice road in the summer. Here comes the roundabout right here, and you'll see. I'm just gonna blow right through there at 30, 35 miles an hour, and just check that out. And that front suspension you can see operate and move when you ride the bike. It's a double wishbone suspension, and I am somebody who has restored an old Acura or two, and I am a big fan of double wishbone suspensions, and this bike has got it. Uh, it's just very exciting to ride, and I just think for overall comfort, when I have my better half with me, she'll be, pretty content on this, and it's just really nice, and it's just going through here. To me, it's like a car on two wheels. Whether you look at the taillights on the bike or the way the lights are designed up front, it's pretty much like a high-end Honda product or Acura product on two wheels, and really impressed with the build quality and all other things. So, but back here, here's another roundabout right here. just go trucking through here, and there you go, right up and to the right. Just really smooth and effortless. And, when I talk about a more immersive experience with this bike, I know you can paddle shift up and down the DCT, but I don't know. I've just been riding bikes and using a clutch, and I really like it. And it's got a good traction zone too in the clutch, which was a surprise to me, right? So coming up here though, in this wintertime video, so to speak, you're going to see a lot faster pace for me with the bike in sport mode, which I think is here. So we just went from third to fourth. And, Murphy's Law, I'm stuck behind somebody playing with their phone. Now, I won't go up into the left. I watched Dan, the fireman, also ride like a pro and MC rider. I'm here at On Down the Road Productions. We're big fans of the true experts out there on YouTube. I wouldn't want to, be overly aggressive or let things get ahead of me and go up in the middle there where there's debris in that turn lane and people enter into that turn lane often without turn signals and unannounced. So I just have to wait, but I'm kind of in a rush to get back home, but I'm just biding my time. And they finally got over to the right. So that was kind of a relief. And here I'm in sport mode in fifth gear. I hit sixth, and this bike really flies, comes alive in sport mode. If I had not had experience on a 2020 Rocket 3 GT, I just would have been here with my jaws dropped, right, talking to everyone. So it's not as fast as a Rocket GT, obviously. It doesn't have the torque, but for what this bike is and with what else is out there in sport mode and tour mode, it's just a phenomenal bike, right? And I would think the Goldwing, right, having a six-speed manual over the DCT just makes your ride a bit more visceral and immersive, and than it would have been with a DCT. Now that you just can't sit there with your hand on the throttle and have fun on a DCT Goldwing, but so far so good, and I just think what a bike. We're planning on doing a solo run from Hell, Michigan to Paradise, Michigan, basically from the bottom of the state to the top of the state. And uh, later this year in 2021, we'll go right up the middle of the state and kind of do that solo video type of thing. And there you saw me pointing at the center lane again. This whole thing with people talking on their cell phones and playing with their cell phones while they drive is like a number one thing to watch out for when you're on a motorcycle. I know you guys know that. I might be preaching to the choir, but I learned a long time ago, avoid eye contact and just try to be as patient as you can be in those types of situations, as well as planning ahead for people popping out from driveways. But I really appreciate everyone who's been watching this channel, helping us grow. We need to grow. Hit like, subscribe, the notification button. We're grateful for everything. Really looking forward to seeing everybody on down the road for the next episode, and keep burning down the road. And until next time, spring is right around the corner. Ride safe.